Welcome back, everyone. This is JTM Plays, and we are back with some more Plan B Terraform. In today's episode, we're going to be focusing on doing all of the sort of high-tech parts automation. So let's go ahead and start that off first. We want to provide high-tech parts for a couple of our cities. But first, I think that we should also start providing reinforced concrete for this city, New Nanjing. So let's work on that really quickly. Before we get started, please do leave a like on the video if you are enjoying this series and you want to see more. Let me know in the comments. All right, let's get started. Reinforced concrete deliveries over here. We're going to set this little storage right over here. It doesn't need to be attached to the settlement in any way, shape, or form. So all we need for reinforced concrete is a little bit of steel and a little bit of sulfur, right? I hope that that is true. Reinforced concrete is steel bar and concrete. Yes, as I mentioned, we're going to be making some concrete, which is, wait, is this? Yeah, this is already concrete. So we could just change this up, right? Oh, I forgot about that. Okay. Yeah. So let's remove this. Let's remove this route. This route does not need to be here anymore. Or we could actually just change it, right? Can we change this to reinforced concrete? Yes, we can. This is now concrete, but we're going to change that to reinforced concrete, right? And that is also reinforced concrete. So all we need to do now is delete a couple of these things. Once that is deleted, we can now do something a little bit different. Yeah, let's remove all these guys from here. Okay, so we're gonna put this down right over here. That works for me. We're going to make a bunch of sulfur now. So we got to get the miners first, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's get miners on the second lane up here as well. That should be enough sulfur for us. Good. That's all covered there. Now we're going to get factories. So we're going to get 2 factories making concrete. Actually, we could do, can we do 4? Yeah, we can do 4. We could do 4 of these guys. This is all concrete, right? So something like that. And this storage can reach that. Perfect. All right. Next on the list, we're going to put all the concrete here, right? That's going to be concrete from these 4 machines. And now what we want to do is get some more factories all on this line here, making concrete. And then that is going to be stored here as reinforced concrete. And all of these guys are making reinforced concrete with all of the sulfur and steel that we're making, right? All right, so this storage here covers all of the little factories there. Good. All we need to do is find iron, which is all the way over here, or we could get this one up here. Yeah, let's go with this one up here. All right, so same thing, same deal, right? We're gonna get iron ore here. Here. I am gathering sulfur, so that is all correct. Okay, so over here, we need to do the following. Same thing. We're mining iron. Okay. Bunch of iron. This is all, these guys are all within the realm. Perfect. We can do one more over here. All right. So that's good. That's going to get us the iron that we need. This is going to be a factory, one of steel bars. So steel bars, steel bars, steel bars. And that is all good there, right? We could get another one of these in there. And then we could just do storage like this for steel bars. So all the steel bars that are going to be produced here are going to be dropped off over here. Good. Once we have that going, we can now deliver that to over here. That should be fine right there. We could now say that we want to do this to this truck to here, and we want to flip the direction. And this is going to be steel bar being picked up over here by a couple of trucks and delivering the steel all the way over here, which in turn is going to make our reinforced concrete as soon as it's delivered, right? These guys are moving. All right, let's speed things up a little bit here. Let's get it going. Are we getting enough iron ore? I don't think so. Let's do another batch here. So here's what we could do. We could do this. As long as this storage is within that storage, we could do iron all the way across. So this one, we could put one over here. And now what we can do is put a bunch of these guys like that. And what they'll do is they'll gather to this storage, which will then move stuff over to this side and then move stuff here and then hop on over here. So it's all like a little chain of storage there. And now we're getting a lot of steel. Awesome. Let's get some more. Let's get some more trucks here. Let's do 10. 10 trucks. And we're making the reinforced steel. Perfect, right? That's all working out. Let's see. How are you doing? Yes, you're getting everything that you need. Okay, now let's go ahead and upgrade a couple of things. This city should start expanding, and that's going to allow us to hit the 300 mark there. There we go. We are set. Okay, bigger cities produce so much more waste, they can't handle it without recycling. They'll soon require your help. You must recycle their waste and return it to the resource flow. Okay. Metal waste, waste disposal, and recycling centers. Okay. All right. City waste, when population is higher, cities will also require you to evacuate their waste. All right. So New Beijing, where's your waste? Stable. Status is stable. You also require high-tech parts. All right. So waste disposal, waste from the city to be evacuated and recycled. Okay. So then we need to put this down, right? It needs to be near storage? How does that work? We just put this down like this. So for example here, and we can say that this is metal waste. Or now we have to put down, okay, now we have to put down one of these guys. All right, this guy just needs concrete, so we could do that really easily. All right, we could steal some sulfur from here. That should be no problem, right? Yeah, let's actually do that. Okay, so we're making concrete into a factory. You are making concrete. From there, then we need to make the waste disposal factories, which will go into there. That is concrete. No, you need to be sulfur. Sulfur. All right, cool. So that's our waste disposal situation. Now we could do this, right? Can we do that? Okay, so we're not disposing of anything yet. All right, well, let's move on. Let's start producing our high-tech parts. What do high-tech parts require? High-tech parts require aluminum bar and polymer bar. We could get that. We could get that going, right? Let's go to our aluminum factory, which is... Wait, is this aluminum up here? No. That's just sulfur there. Oh, and we're running out of sulfur here. Okay, well, let's fix that, right? There, and then we could do this, right? We could just fill all this area up with miners, and we've got sulfur all the way up there. Let's fill this area up right here too with miners. Let's get a couple of these guys, right? Let's copy this. We'll do this like that, and so we're mining all the way there. Okay, that actually works fine for me. I don't mind that. So where were we doing aluminum? Over here. This is where our aluminum factory lies. So we need to make high-tech parts, right? So high-tech parts are made here. And that is just polymer and aluminum. We're making polymer here. We are making polymer there. All right, so we could steal some of that polymer. Yeah, we could certainly steal some of that polymer. Let's do this road to there. That looks pretty crazy. So let's undo that. Oops. Okay, there you go. So that is fixed. Let's do that. Let's do this to there. Let's get a couple of cars. No, because this is aluminum. Oh, so we have both, right? That's polymer stored. This is polymer received. Let's do polymer here. There you go. Okay, there you go. So that works out. Now, all we need to do is the following. We need to get aluminum here. Let's say this is aluminum. Right, and then you should be able to receive aluminum now. If we do this there. Okay, so that actually works. Now we could just copy this a little bit more, right? We could do that, and we could put a storage here, and we could say this is all high-tech parts all the way down. All right, perfect. And that is a pretty decent amount of high-tech parts. Now, we need to expand our aluminum production here. Let's make this aluminum. Yeah, let's put aluminum there, aluminum there. Let's get some more aluminum miners. This will allow us to make sure we don't run out of aluminum anytime soon. Okay, so this works for me. Now, here's what we need to do next, right? We need to get some more high-tech parts here, some more high-tech parts there. Let's get a lot of storage of high-tech parts. From here, we can now do the following. Okay, so this road here is going to be doing God's work now. From here, I need you to come out this way. Come out this way. And deliver high-tech parts there. Right? You can just connect there, right? You can do that. From over here, now, we need to get to over there. So, can we do this from here? Make our way to New Nanjing and just plug you in to that road. It looks like we can. Perfect. Now let's do this. Your high-tech parts. Perfect. All right, let's start from this connection. Actually, from here, I want you to pick up high-tech parts over here. Right, and let's flip you. And we've changed the direction here. Let's add some vehicles here. Maybe 15. Sure. Okay, now those guys are going, and they're delivering high-tech parts over here. Perfect. Next order of business is I need delivery parts. So I need another route over here, going from here. And now you are going to deliver high-tech parts right over here. This is going to be high-tech parts. And we're going to do handful of trucks, 15 as well. All right, perfect. So now they're getting high-tech parts. Now the big issue is going to be getting high-tech parts over here to New Rieth. That may or may not be an issue. We just need to connect from here. Let's see. Can we just get on this road over here? Yeah, we can connect to there, and we can go up north, up and around. Oh my God, that's a massive road. Okay, so hold on. We need to produce more roads. Let's go figure out why we're not making any more roads. And it's definitely this situation over here. So we need more miners, right? We need more miners on this iron. And oh my goodness. Okay, that is all the iron that we have. All right, well, let's do iron ore transfers that way. Oh man, no, this is bad. We need a whole new production chain. Where do we have some more iron? Right over here. We are tapped into it already though. What about this one over here? Yeah, we could tap into this one. Oh, level complete. All right, we get limited funding from Earth for our labs here, but we were able to perfect an automate train that moves resources further and faster. This is what I need. I need trains. Let me just select that. Earth has its own issues. Big political changes here. In many countries, nationalism is on the rise and countries are turning inwards. Orders 412F is not priority anymore. Okay, well, sure. A new objective, reach a population of 1,000. Let's get a move on. We got trains now. Level 10, we're going to get plastic, nitrogen, NF3, ice extractors. Okay, no big deal. Rail lines, build rail lines so that there are no dead ends. Trains need to loop to be able to turn back. Okay, we could do that. Rail stops, add and set trains the same way as trucks. Okay, perfect. We need more roads, first of all. So let's build more roads. We were doing iron over here. Let's fill this up with iron. Okay. We need to make this, which is making steel bar. No, roads are made from sulfur. What am I doing? Okay, what about this? What about rails? What are rails made out of? Rails need concrete steel. What about this? High-tech parts. All right. Looks like this is an issue here. Anyways, we need to get some steel from here. So let's go ahead and make the steel like that. At least for now. Let's copy you just so we can make pretty decent amount of steel there. Okay, so what we're not making here is the roads from the concrete. That's what's missing. So we could do, there's no problem with that then here. Let's get some more storages here for sulfur. All right, this is going to be sulfur all the way down like that. Now we could just mine it up everywhere over here, right? That should give us access to everything. All right, that gives us more roads, right? Hopefully we're making roads here. It's an assembly plant. No, are we not making roads here? Where else were we producing roads? Yeah, roads are just concrete. Assembly plants. Did I delete my road factory? I think I did. Okay, that's no big deal. We could do that. We could do this. We could do it easily. Let's just add some more concrete plants here. Okay, so just like that. Let's also get another one of these. So we could get the sulfur from down here. And that gets us some more roads. Awesome. But what we really want to make is right now is trains, right? So that's just concrete and also steel. So we have a steel line over here. Let's just get some concrete from over here. Let's get a production of rails over there. You are steel. You could get concrete from there. Okay, so then you are just missing the steel, which is going to be delivered here. Let's just connect this line to there. Let's get this to over here. Boom. That's going to be rotated. And now we have steel. Let's get a couple of trucks here. There we go. And now we have steel as well as concrete over here. I mean, easy enough. We could have just copied this and done that, right? That would have given us the solution that we needed. All right, no big deal. Trains need mechanical parts, and it also needs high-tech parts. So high-tech parts are being delivered over here. No, they were being delivered. Where are my high-tech parts? Over here. All right, we got plenty high-tech parts. So then all we need to get is mechanical parts out here, which should be easy if we got mechanical parts being produced up here. That's no problem. We've got some factories doing that already. So we could just do a couple of these guys making mechanical parts into a storage. All right, then we get a road out here and then straight down. You can get just on this massive road right here, massive highway. Okay, you go through there and then we can connect right there. Okay, so that's good. You have access to that road and we want to get over here to the high-tech parts, right? Because we want to get one of these factories right there. And you're going to be producing trains. And so now you have your high-tech parts, and all you're missing is a truck delivering some mechanical parts over here. Flip that, add a couple of trucks, and we're good to go. Produce our first trains. Oh, wait a second. We're not accepting mechanical parts here. So let's do this. Now we are. Now we're talking. Okay. Now let's play around with the trains, right? Trains need a loop-de-loop. According to why is it so difficult to loop-de-loop? There you go. Delete that. We need high-tech parts there, right? And so now we need to get this train. Yep, let's get this train to where it needs to go, which is all the way over here. That's going to take a while until we can get there. All right. No. Then what if we got high-tech parts being produced over here? We have the iron, we have the sulfur. What is it that we're missing here for high-tech parts? Also, oh, the recycling center hasn't been produced. That needs to be done. Do we have any concrete here? We don't have any concrete here. We have concrete right here, though. All right, let's get some concrete right there. We're going to get some high-tech parts right here, right? High-tech parts. Is this not concrete? Oh, it's out of range. All right, well, we could do that, right? There you go. This is the recycling center. This assembler will be making not that. Nope, not that. It's the waste. Nope, not the waste disposal either. Recycling center. Okay, so now we just need high-tech parts being delivered here as well. So we could just plug you into there. You need to get to over here. Nope, that's fine. Let's get some trucks right there. You're requesting high-tech parts. There's your first delivery, and there's our first recycling center. All right, we got our first one. So now from the city here, we need to be recycling, right? Recycling 2. That's New Beijing. New Nanjing. This is where we were recycling, right? Could we do this? Steel bars. Because you're waste disposal. And you're metal waste. Recycling center, city waste stop as soon as output is full. Hold on a second. So, annual production cycles are 30. Metal waste. Okay. Well, let's get another one of these guys. Right? And let's get a storage here, which is high-tech parts. Let's get our train. We got 720. That's what we want to be. Okay, so we get our train to come around to here, right? All right, and from here we can just turn around. So something like that. And now we can get a train stop. Let's get this right here. That's high-tech parts. All right, so this train goes all the way to here. Okay. Okay, yeah, that's perfect. And now we're not producing enough high-tech parts. Why are we not getting enough high-tech parts? Aluminum ore. We got plenty of aluminum. We're not getting enough polymer. We're not getting enough polymer because we don't have enough trucks. Okay, so where's my polymer plant? Where was my polymer plant? I forget now. It's over here, right? Is this not polymer? Oh, we're just not making enough. Okay, well then let's make more, right? Because there's not... Is it that we're not making enough carbon, or is it something else? Right, so now we have enough carbon. What we don't have is enough polymer. Actually, all of these guys need to go, right? Yeah. It's a factory. Factory making polymer? No, actually this is correct, right? That's correct. We need storages. So it's storage here for polymer. After we have that going on, we can now get factories. So this factory is now making polymer. And you need to be able to reach the carbon to make more polymer. But you can't reach it from there. All right, we can get this whole row here making polymer then. Yeah. Okay, so all of these guys will be polymer. All right, we're copying this. There. Everyone has access to polymer now, or at least carbon, which in turn, let's make another storage here like that. All right, perfect. Now we have enough high-tech parts. Awesome. Where's my train? Where's my first train? Is the train running? Here he is. How much are you carrying? You didn't get any high-tech parts here. Oh, well, you just delivered high-tech parts. And that's already been consumed? Okay. Follow this train. Let's see what you're going to do. Quite a long route. Up to the North Pole. Oh, well, it's not filling up fast enough, so that's a problem. So what if we just do this? You're making high-tech parts, but you're not getting enough polymer bars. We still don't have enough polymer bars. Okay, so then what if we did this, right? We could do that. Yeah, let's actually do that. All right, so all of these guys go away. You go away, you go away, because what we're missing is carbon. Copy. Copy this. There, there. All right, good. Now we can copy this. Right? Just kind of get more carbon. If possible. Yeah, because this is missing carbon. Okay. I mean, is it enough? Is it enough? I don't know. This isn't producing enough, right? Now we're a little short on aluminum, which can be resolved by doing this. That is aluminum ore. Okay, we could do that, right? Let's get this out of here. Let's do this. Also aluminum ore all the way down like that. And then we can just do miners all the way down like this. And that should get us more aluminum. Okay, so now we have the polymer. What we don't have is the aluminum, but the aluminum will be resolved here momentarily. All right, that is aluminum bar. So we just need a couple more of these guys. Yeah, there you go. We put one right here. We could even put one right here. No, actually, this guy. Yeah, these guys need access to that. There you go. All right. Pretty good, right? Who else needs more stuff? So what do you need over here? What are you missing? You're missing oxygen. Really? Well, let's get you a couple more oxygen things. Is that going to be enough? We delete a couple of these guys. Do something like that. That should cover everything, right? No? You don't like that? All right, we could delete this one. It's not doing anything there. And now this one's working just fine. City will first try to consume containers from other supply centers. Not too sure what that means, but... All right, we are, as far as SF6 pressure, plateauing. Average temperature is also plateauing. All right, so... I mean, what's next on our list now? We need to get to 1,000. Also, we're not handling the waste. That's also something that we need to do. Are you producing? You're not getting metal waste. Waste disposal. Serve city. Waste disposed. We're not getting anything. Do you need to have an output in order to work? So do you need to receive aluminum? And then also, what's your other waste? Aluminum and steel? That's not how that works. All right, that's not how that works. Let's go recycling again. Let's take a look at this. Cities require resources, supplies, and waste disposal amount depending on their size. All right, maybe the city is too small because they're not getting the high-tech parts yet. Maybe it's this city that needs the waste disposal first. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's get waste disposal out here. New Raya's needs have changed. You need reinforced concrete again. Really? We must be out of steel. We are out of steel. Right? Let's fix that. This needs some iron. All right, so you need to go there. Iron ore. Zoom out a little bit here. So there, and there. Let's get the miners where they need to go. Good coverage. The entire thing needs to be covered in miners. We could copy this to sort of get the iron where it needs to go. Yeah. Okay. So that's all good there. No one is stalling. You're all just making steel bars. I feel like we kind of need more steel bars, right? Let's get some more steel bars. Let's make some more storages. Okay, that's receiving. Should be receiving iron. Good. Now we could do this. All right. And then we could do this. All right. So now this is great. This is moving the steel to where it needs to go. Right? It's just that whole chain going all the way across. All right. And this one supplies all the way this way. Okay. And then we probably need some more vehicles here. Let's get some more vehicles. I could probably do a train instead. Okay. Alrighty then. Are we getting waste disposal here at all? Oh, we do. We have it here. Metal waste. Awesome. So let's dispose of that waste, right? Recycling center. So you go there. Steel. Yeah. All right. We need to store the metal waste, which then goes in here, which this now does steel and aluminum, right? This needs to do aluminum. Where's aluminum bar? Here we go. All right, in a factory. Here. Steel and aluminum bars. No, this is polymer. Steel and aluminum bar doesn't make anything for us. What about this here in the factories? Okay, what factory? What uses steel and aluminum? All right, this one's mechanical parts, high-tech parts. This is making depots. This is making depots MK2. Metal recycling is not enough. Bigger cities would generate plastic waste. Oh boy. Here we go. Okay. Well, that's fine, right? High-tech part. This is mechanical parts, right? Mechanical parts can be made out of steel. So we can just convert the steel to mechanical parts and then use this to make greenhouse gas generators. I mean, no, it's not something that we're using very much of. Steel bars. Oh, we could make extractors out of the steel bars. And then we could make roads out of the concrete. No, out of the aluminum. You know what? We could do atmospheric extractors here from the recycled parts. So that's what we'll do. Right? That's what we'll do. Yeah. Okay, so we've developed a new greenhouse gas NF3, which uses nitrogen that you can extract from the polar ice. Try to balance your production of SF6 and NF3 to have the most efficient impact on temperature. All right. Plastic waste, nitrogen, NF3, ice extractors. Okay. Earth Organization President. Try to balance the production of NF3 and SF6 in order to increase temperature as much as possible. All right, we're making extractors here, right? Sure. Let's make extractors. Let's also make mechanical parts here. Let's put the mechanical parts into a storage there, and then we could also make. What was it that we wanted to make? Atmospheric extractors. Sure. Special buildings. Yeah, atmospheric extractors. All right, there you go. Now we're consuming stuff. Aluminum bars and mechanical parts are all being consumed. What else? What else can we do that uses or consumes aluminum, right? Because that's a problem right now. We're going to back up on aluminum. Make steels. All right, the only problem is that it uses polymer. We're not getting polymer out here. Okay. Let's just stop there, right? Let's leave it at that. The aluminum bars, we got 21. Don't know what else to do with them. Where were we doing aluminum? Right, aluminum is over here. Just getting aluminum to make this, but then that required the polymer. Well, I mean, yeah, look, we can just make carbon, turn it into polymer, and then make high-tech parts. Yeah, I mean, that kind of works, right? Let me make some more of these storages so that the train actually loads up every time he comes around. Where is he? How are you doing over here? Yeah, you actually have some materials. How are you guys doing over here? You don't have steel bars. Steel bars because we're out of steel over here. Let's fix that really quickly. All right, we got this going on. That should be enough. We can just do this. Get iron to the factories. All right, cool. That works. Let's get some more of these. You know what? We don't even really need this route here. Can we just delete this? Yeah, we don't need this. Why would we need this when we could just do this? Yeah, I mean that's perfect for me. All right, let's do the same thing over here. Because it feels like we're going to be running out of sulfur here pretty darn soon. Yeah, we could just do this. All right, and then it's just sulfur all the way across. Let's get some more of this. Done. All right, no issues with concrete, no issues with steel anymore. That's full coverage. All right, nice. And then this needs to be upgraded. And then you need more oxygen, which should not be an issue at all. Right? Now we're short on polymer, so let's add another train here. Not polymer, high-tech parts. Now we have 2 trains. Right? Where's my other train? All right, there's one. Where's my other train? Oh, he's coming. There he is. And he's full? Yes, he is. Sweet. All right, so no issues with that, right? New Beijing has an issue. What's going on over here? New Beijing? No reinforced concrete. And we are full of stuff here. Mechanical parts. We need to consume this aluminum bar. Because we're backing up because of that. Okay. Let's figure this out. It's a balancing act, right? All right, same thing again. We need to consume the aluminum bars. The aluminum bars can be turned into a drill. We're not making any drills right now. I mean, what we could do is just turn it into this, right? We need to produce some polymer. Okay, hold on a second. Let's make you a thing, right? You're going to be making this. All right. This needs the polymer. Okay. The polymer is just a factory that needs carbon. Polymer bars. No. Hold on. All right. You need carbon. Okay. So let's get a storage here for carbon. Now we need to produce carbon. Construction materials, tech materials. No. Stop it. This is the guy. No, this is the guy that I need. This is what I need. Polymer. Also not what I need. It's this one. You're making carbon. Okay. Please tell me this is enough. Oh, wait a second. We also have plastic waste now, so we need to get another recycling center accepting polymer. Right? And then we need to turn that plastic waste 5. Okay, so this works. I like that. Or New Beijing is not actually growing. Or New Nanjing. Where's the waste? It's not getting waste because it's not getting the high-tech parts that it needs. We were supposed to receive high-tech parts over here, but we never got to that. Okay, so that kind of works, right? Now we want to get the high-tech parts that are over here. So let's get another rail thingy over here. Let's try and get to right there. All right, and we want to now receive a train from here all the way to here. And that's high-tech parts, and that's 2 trains. Let's go ahead and redo our recycling center. So we'll do that over here. Recycling center there. You're doing aluminum. Oh, wait, we need to collect the waste first, right? Is it here? Is it in the recycling center? Waste disposal. There. And then we get 1 and 2. And then we get 1 doing steel, aluminum, and polymer. This recipe needs to change the polymer. All right, good. And then we can get a couple factories there. You'll be making more depots. You will be making, what did we say we needed to make? Extractors? We can make extractors from the steel. This is already making from aluminum and polymer. Oh, we were already getting high-tech parts here. Okay, good. So then all this is missing this stuff. Oh. Well, okay then. Let's just get this collected then. Because this is the problem, right? Is no sulfur now. We need sulfur. Is there another patch up here? Okay. We'll definitely need to fix that. This guy's doing high-tech parts, which we can delete now. We don't need it. We do not need it. Okay, perfect. This is all working. New Nanjing is fine. New Beijing is not getting enough reinforced concrete again because it's missing more sulfur. Ooh. We have a small patch here and a small patch there. I don't like that these guys are running in to this area right here because that is a lot of sulfur. Okay, let's just harvest this little patch right here for now. We could do, yeah, we could do this sulfur. Right? We could do that. Let's just get all of this. All right, let's just collect all of this. Let's make a little rail network. So from here, turn around. Okay, and this rail network will just end up over here. Go like this. Awesome. You will be supplying sulfur here. That works. Okay, let's get this sulfur over here, from here to there. All right, let's see how this works. It should definitely work, right? We should have plenty of sulfur. Yeah, that works, right? Let's get maybe another train, maybe 2 trains. Boom. Boom. All right, that actually is perfect. If we wanted to get into this, right, let's tap into this. First of all, we're going to need to cut this road from there to there. And then we also need to cut this rail from there to here. We definitely need access to all of this sulfur. Okay. All right, so we're going sulfur all the way down. Okay, good thing we don't have to worry about power. That is a thing of beauty. We could just do this, right? Copy. Paste. paste, paste, and paste. Now we can just fill this in. Yes, love it, love it, love it, love it. Damn, that's a lot of sulfur. Okay, great. That works for me. The train station. Train station over here. Let's just pull out this way. Do a loop-de-loop. I mean, that kind of works, right? That should be fine. All right, so you're picking up from here. And you're delivering to here. No? No, because you're not connected. All right, we could do that really fast. From here to there. And that is the solution. All right, so you go from there to there. And we could do a couple of trains there. All right. There goes my sulfur trains. We need a couple more of these over here. So that the trains can load up quicker. Or quickly. As they come by. All right, there goes one train. Fully load. Perfect. All right, very quickly. That's what I like to see. Okay, that solves that issue. Our population needs to reach 2,000. So we are not quite there yet because who is missing what? You're getting all your stuff except for the oxygen. Let's get a couple more. That should be enough oxygen for new Nanjing. Growth, insufficient disposal. What do you mean insufficient disposal? Full of metal waste. Why aren't you taking metal waste? Metal waste, plastic waste, metal waste. Okay, so it's separate. But you should be accepting. Because there's no storage for that. Okay, so yeah, so you are metal waste. You are plastic waste. Oh, that's annoying. Okay, so I don't think I set up plastic waste over here. I didn't set up a storage for plastic waste, so that's probably not happening right now. Yeah, so you need to be plastic waste. There you go. And that's just going to make polymer. So I need to remove these guys because that polymer or that plastic needs to be consumed over here. Okay, so now this is good. This is green. What about new Riot? What do you need in order to proceed on your thing? You need more high-tech parts. So I believe this means more trains. Let's get some more trains. Are we producing enough high-tech parts though? Yeah, we got plenty. Awesome. That looks really good. Let's remove that, make that look a little bit more neater. Ooh, beautiful. Okay. This guy over here should now be getting the stuff, although we're not solving the waste issue. So let's work on that really quickly. Oh, there we go. So once water's flowing, it could cause some problems. Dams and pumps will help you control it. We're going to have issues with water, right? Unfortunately, it's the only development we were able to fund. Even budgets to combat global warming have plummeted. It's not like the house is on fire immediately, some say. Okay. We got dam element and dam pumps. Are we going to start seeing? No, because we haven't even started pumping. We haven't even started pumping the stuff, right? Yeah, look at all that ice. We haven't started mining ice yet. I think we need more trains. Let's add some trains there. Let's add some trains here. Definitely not getting enough sulfur. Let's just get sulfur storage here all the way across. Ha, that's beautiful. That is beautiful. All right, we got trains everywhere. We got iron here. That's looking beautiful. This is also sulfur. Nice. Okay, so I guess we need to start making the thing here. This ice extractor, which needs reinforced concrete and mechanical parts. We have. Do we have that? We have reinforced concrete here. We have some steel here. Yeah, we could do that. We could do that right here. So let's do that. First of all, we need to make some mechanical parts here. which in turn will put into storage there. And then we can make the ice extractors there. That's an easy, really easy solution for that. Perfect. All right. So, good thing we don't have traffic issues in this game. We don't have to manage that. And this just sorts itself out. All right. All right. So, let's actually call it here, guys. This has been a really good progressive episode. We're making some good progress. Look at the spaghetti already. The spaghetti intensifies, right? I can already tell this is going to get a little bit hectic once we have water on the planet, because we're going to be limited by how we can transport things. Also, this thing needs to be fixed. We need to get all of this mined up. Perfect. We could do this too. All right. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed the episode, don't forget to hit that like button. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. And I will check you guys out in the next one. Let me know in the comments if you want to see more of this game. I'm having a lot of fun. I'm having a blast, but I know that it can get a little bit overwhelming. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed. Have a good one. Bye-bye.